bustling world of hospitals and surgical theaters, my guest today was trained to heal with scalpels, sutures, and science. But somewhere along the way, she discovered that true healing can't always be measured in lab results. It can only be found in the whisper of a plant, the impact of past life, and the subtle vibrations of our own energy field. Today, we are stepping into the world with Kari Oswald, nurse, surgical tech turned herbalist, energy medicine practitioner, and past life regression guide. We'll explore the moments that bridged science and soul, the remedies that have transformed lives, and what really happens when we connect to the unseen. So grab your tea, open your mind, and get ready to walk through the doors of LoudHouse Wellness, where healing speaks louder than words. So let's begin. Namaste, Kari. Welcome to Sipping on Stories podcast. I am so grateful to have you here today. First of all, tell our lovely audiences where you're joining us from today and also the choice of beverage you've got.
Okay, I am joining from Washington State in the USA.
Awesome. And what beverage of choice have you got with you today?
I have my nice iced water.
Perfect.
It's very hot here in Washington. We normally don't have this kind of heat, but it's been in the 90s. So
Yeah,
we're not used to it.
Yeah, fair. I'm just having some hot water just to keep myself warm because we're just in the opposite side of the world. So that works. And so what's one thing you love about the city you're in?
Oh my gosh. We're surrounded by so much nature. Washington's not a large state, but there is so much to do outdoors. Whether it's summer, winter, there's lots of hiking, waterfalls. We have the Olympic Cascades, the Mount Rainier. It is just so much fun to get out there and hike. We do a lot of hiking with our family and camping.
Awesome. This sounds so wonderful. I love it. Thank you for sharing. Awesome. Kari, I thought we'll just get straight into it because I believe I've already kind of, intrigued and tickled our audience's curiosity by giving you a lovely introduction into this episode. So with that, I just want to know, you've walked through the halls of hospitals and now you walk the path of energy medicine. So what was the moment you knew that you had to pivot from Western medicine to something more soulful and natural?
So it was during 2020 at the start of the pandemic. I know it's a touchy subject for a lot of people, but I worked at a local community hospital and we were licensed for 235 beds and we were at max capacity every day. We were inpatient. We had over 360 patients at one point. We didn't even have beds for these people and long hours, and my patients were more sick than I had ever seen them before. So, the world shut down, but the hospitals didn't. And then on top of the extra hours that we were mandated to work, I still had a family at home, a young family. So the distance learning, I felt burnout seeping in. And once everything opened back up in Washington, I found a Reiki practitioner, and I'd done a little bit of research about Reiki and energy medicine, but I'd never experienced it firsthand. So out of a cry for desperation, I went and saw this Reiki practitioner. I did an hour-long session with her, and it was transformative. I laid there and I could feel shifts in my body and pockets of heat and cooling and tingling. I could feel the energy shifting in my body, releasing all that stored trauma. And even with my eyes closed, I could see auras and different colors, kind of dancing around. And it was amazing. And I knew I had to take this and I needed to learn it. And I had to share it with other people, especially my community.
It's very beautiful. I guess it's very interesting how certain episodes in your life, both internal, external, how it affects you and how it kind of switches your path, and who would have thought, right? So I think
Yeah.
that was a life-changing moment for you, and I'm so glad you're doing what you're meant to. So congratulations, and I love
Thank
that you're
you.
spreading so much positivity in your community. So that's wonderful. And you say healing sometimes lies in the natural world. So, the reason I asked this question is if you can share a plant or remedy that's transformed not just for your client's health, but for your own life. And the reason I purposefully asked this question is because I feel like in this day and age, we are moving away from our traditional roots, I find, and we incline more towards what's available out there, what's quick for us, what's convenience for us. And I think just popping pills is more convenient than kind of going more natural and looking into it. And I guess people's minds are conditioned that way. So there's a medicine for everything, but we do not understand that what effects it'll have on our body, on our mental state, physical state, emotional state, right? And in the long run. So this is a very purposeful question because I find that a lot of remedies exist in our kitchen. So we have so many herbs that we can straight away use,
Absolutely.
so many things. So I think this is, yeah. So I would love to hear from you. So if you can share a plant or remedy that's helpful for your clients, but of course for your own self too.
It's like you said, there's so many things in even in our kitchens that we use on a regular basis that we don't realize have so many health benefits from them. Apple cider vinegar is a wonderful thing that people can use. It helps with insulin levels. It helps with, it's actually considered from the bitters family of the herbs.
Mhm.
It helps with nutrient absorption. It triggers the GLP-1 hormones in our body that make us not want to crave sugar anymore. It can help with boosting our metabolism, and it can reduce bloating. I mean, and you don't even have to drink it straight. You can mix it into a salad dressing or something. It's really a beautiful concoction.
Mm.
But I also really love white willow bark, which is a little harder to find. Whole food stores or vitamin shops often sell it. It's an extract from a willow tree, from a white willow tree, and it's excellent for pain. It's great for inflammation, and it's a really good fever reducer too.
Okay.
There's so many plants to choose from. I mean, I have so many I could talk about.
And
Those are
why?
just a couple of things that I
Yeah,
hold close.
yeah, it is. And it's very interesting. I've never heard of this tree before. And why is it not so easy to find? Is it does it grow in a particular place, and where can you source it?
Willow trees grow everywhere throughout this area.
Cool.
The trees themselves are easy to find. It's the process of peeling the bark off and extracting the oils from the willow bark
Mm.
into a tincture and making sure that it's been processed with enough heat to kill bacteria, but not too much heat because you still want all the good nutrients it has to offer and all of its benefits. So
Interesting.
it's not really a hard plant to find. It's the
Mhm.
fact that it's not a widely used remedy.
Mhm.
People like it's like you said, people tend to just reach for what's convenient, and it's not quite as convenient. You can't find it at a gas station, um, or at your local supermarket. You have to kind of search for it in more of a specialty shop.
Hmm. Interesting. All right. So, and this is something that, I mean, of course, I would encourage audiences to look up the benefits and see how they can source it for them. Um, and again, just because it's not convenient to find, a lot of people kind of shy away from, spending some time and researching and see what works best for them. It is, I think, time consuming, but I think once you get the hang of it, you might not be wanting to pop paracetamols all the time before
Yeah, I
we
mean,
mind
it is
ourselves.
time consuming, but it's well worth it. It's
Yeah.
time well invested.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I cannot agree more. So what has like really surprised you the most in I'm kind of deviating here now a little bit, kind of tiptoeing into different areas that you are an expert. Of course, herbalism is one of them, but we I want to kind of also talk about past life regression. I know this is something that you do as well, and you're a past life regressionist. So, what has surprised you the most in also the past life regression sessions, either for yourself or a client, or maybe if you can also give a little kind of insight into what is past life regression? Because we do have audiences that maybe are curious and just kind of are exploring and seeing what kind of interests or tingles their curiosity. So, if you can give us a little insight into it.
So past life regression is it's accessing your Akashic records. These records are of previous lifetimes on different timelines that you may have lived. So if you believe in reincarnation, you have past lives, and you this is the most current life you're incarnated into on this timeline. And with past life regression, it can be very hard to access. It could take many attempts. Trying to get the person into a deep, relaxed state can be challenging. People often come in very nervous, not knowing what to expect, or the expectations are so high that they can't let their guard down to relax. But once we break through that barrier and we're able to get the person relaxed in more of a meditative state, we're able to access timelines. They might not get every timeline that they've ever been on, but generally one comes through. And when one comes through, they're so detailed. It's amazing. People like enter through this portal and they remember textures, smells, the feeling of the heat on their skin. In the details that they describe to me during these regressions, I could feel as if I'm almost there with them. And it just blows me away every time because each person's experience is different, but they all have so much detail that it's crazy. It just isn't something they could just make up.
You said that you access the Akashic records, and I think this is more like a soul library, if you may.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And do you also use other tools like maybe hypnosis in past life regression? Is this something that is used or?
Yes, we use meditation, hypnosis, and we also use breath work to help.
Okay. Awesome. So, and also what is like, I think the question was, what has mostly surprised you in these sessions? What's one thing you always find fascinating about past life regression?
Majority of the time when people start describing the start of this memory, most people are outside. They all kind of paint a very similar landscape in the beginning once they enter this timeline. Everyone seems to be out, meadows, out in nature, just somewhere earthy where the city isn't. And then eventually they make their way back into different parts of those lives. But I've always found it fascinating that people always seem to start in the same place.
Wow, that's interesting. And why do you think it is important for someone who's going through a past life regression session, and maybe for someone who is looking to get one done, and what to expect and why they should get it done? If you can, make suggestions and the benefits of it, that'd be great.
Yeah, benefits of past life regression could be helping heal from traumas or fears, phobias. A lot of times people will have a fear of something and they're not really sure where the fear stemmed from. I mean, some people know where their fear stemmed from, but for some people, they have a fear of swimming in open waters and they've never had a bad experience with it. They're just terrified of it and they don't know why. Often we find that these fears can be linked to a trauma in a past life. And accessing those timelines to try to heal that trauma can mitigate the fear on this timeline.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So they're storing that in their subconscious that they don't even know is there. And
Yeah.
yeah. And kind of accessing and that creates blockage in one's body in this current timeline, pretty much.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it really goes into, I don't know if anyone's familiar with the term epigenetics, but it's the thought, it's actually scientifically studied that when traumatic things happen to our ancestors, even though we're not alive yet, during reproduction, those cells are damaged and the trauma gets transferred at a cellular level. There was actually a really big study of descendants of Holocaust survivors,
Mhm.
and they had so much trauma stored in them as if they were the ones who lived through these traumatic events. And they're finding that this is something that during pregnancy we pass along to our babies in utero. I mean, even if we don't want to, it's at a cellular level, it's so deep.
Oh, wow. It's so
So
interesting.
past life regression you can heal ancestral trauma with that as well. You can go back through lineages and help heal some of those timelines and almost in a way, reshape what your family will experience.
Mm, yeah. Oh God, that's beautiful and kind of effect it's going to have in next generations to come. I think that's very powerful. Yeah.
I agree.
Mm. All right, Kari, I thought we'll just kind of, move a little bit into our discussion and kind of explore your wellness space that you've created at LoudHouse and what does being, loud mean in a healing context for you?
Yeah. So, a lot of people ask me about the name LoudHouse Wellness. Why LoudHouse? Where did it come from? Why? Um, Sometimes when you're really passionate about something, you have to get loud about it. There is so much out there in our everyday products that are full of toxins or things that disrupt our endocrine system, our skin barrier, create hormonal imbalances,
Mm,
just chemicals that are used in everyday products, even receipt paper that we grab at the store when we shop
yeah.
has chemicals that are linked to reproductive challenges. And why? Why do we have to live like that? So I took that concept and I created LoudHouse Wellness. All of our products are free of toxins. Our herbal remedies are all handmade in small batches, and we grow 90% of the herbs here on site. We harvest them, dry them, steep them in oils for 6 to 8 weeks, and then we render them down into the products that we bring to our customers.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a very, I think, thoughtful process and time consuming, but I'm so happy that you're doing it. Oh,
Yeah, and then on top of it, we also so not only are we getting loud about trying to create a more eco-friendly environment, products that are friendly and non-harmful, non-toxic, but we also have 3 kids and our children tend to be our house is where everyone hangs out.
yeah.
So all the kids' friends are always here, and it's not uncommon for us to have anywhere from 8 to 11 kids here each day.
Oh, wow.
So we have, they're on the playground, the trampoline, the swimming pool, and we have chickens and 2 dogs and 2 cats. So it gets loud here. So it was kind of a twofer.
Right. Interesting. And it's very interesting. You also mentioned, we are kind of exposed to chemicals that we don't need on everyday basis, right? And growing up, I come from an Indian background, and growing up, I have been exposed to, my grandmother's herbal recipes from, when you're sick to having a homemade kind of herbal potion to applying like, some homemade masks as you grow. And it was never that we had to go and purchase something in the store. And so it was like 80 to 90% of the things we would make at home and treat at home. So that's where I kind of, grew up. And as I kind of moved here to Australia, and I feel like I was also getting lazy, and that kind of tradition kind of had a break. And for me, it was all about convenience and knowing that, oh, there is a purpose-built product that is going to take off all the grease from my pan, and it's going to help me have a glowing skin. And just not realizing that I needed to work from within, heal my gut, heal my skin from within, or heal my gut, so I can have a better digestion, so better skin. And those are the things I've learned the hard way. And again, then I was sitting and just kind of pondering. I'm like, this is really taking us back to the ancient wisdom that we've had, and it's missed and it's lost somewhere. And I am so glad that you're bringing all this back. And there's so much in the environment that we are blessed with, that it can provide us, to heal naturally. So I think bringing that to people, to your community, is such a divine thing that you're doing. So I'm very happy, and brings me a lot of joy. I think just thinking about that. And I also wanted to ask from your perspective, Kari, if sometimes there are certain things that exist in nature, and maybe because of conditioning and a lot of brainwashing that happens from external, like we have social media, we have so much going on. Do you think that we've ever been told that this particular herb or this particular product is not good for you, but instead use this product that has 100% chemicals, is so good for you, but it's a wrong messaging that's going out? Do you believe something like that exists? If you do, what is it?
Probably fluoride. I don't know how it is in Australia, but in the United States, many cities, our water is enhanced with fluoride.
Mm,
Our toothpaste, you can choose toothpaste that is fluoride free, but it seems to be everywhere.
mm,
You go to the dentist and they're literally shoving it down your throats. And there's actually been a lot of studies on fluoride and how harmful it can be for us. And then, on top of it, our children are drinking this water. Our next generation, the future is, ingesting this. And what kind of health conditions or diseases will this lead to in the future for them?
mm. Yeah, absolutely. I cannot agree more. And so, what steps do you think our listeners and audiences today can they take, right away, to kind of eliminate some of the things from their lifestyle and embrace more, holistic approach, so it's benefiting them? So you mentioned fluoride, maybe choosing the right toothpaste without fluorides, maybe having a water filter in your kitchen, as one of the things I was thinking about. But if there's any other kind of, hot tips that you can provide today, and so our listeners can take away and straight away apply to their life, I think that'll be wonderful.
I One thing that I highly encourage is when you buy those mass-produced products at the store, especially like your laundry detergent and things like that. If you just look at the ingredients, if more than 50% of the ingredients you don't know what they are or
Mm,
you can't pronounce, it
yes, yeah.
might be a good sign to stay away from it.
Mm,
And there's so many easy things that we can do to replace things such as laundry detergent. I mean, washing soda with baking soda and a little Castile soap is you can add some peppermint essential oils to it, and it's a very cost effective way to do laundry. It's very clean, it's chemical free, it doesn't have phthalates or parabens, it doesn't have the artificial fragrance.
mm,
Because it's in our clothes and this stuff's against our skin and our body is absorbing it dermally all
mm.
day.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I mean there's very small steps that people can take. And whether it's maybe you have an ear infection or you have a sore ear. I won't say ear infection because that there are times antibiotics are required for things. But say you have an ear that's bothering you, it's painful. Something as simple as a heat compress or a little bit of garlic oil inside the ear can really help. It's very simple things, but it's almost like locked knowledge, like you have a special access. These things are they're not taught to us anymore.
Yeah.
It's a huge knowledge base that I feel like we've lost,
Mm,
and it's available to everyone. And many people don't even think about it. You know, we get so busy in our day-to-day lives that we just go on, and it's about convenience,
mm.
or, you know, this is what my mom did, so this is what I do. And there's no really reason behind it. It was just because that's what we were taught.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I cannot agree more with you. And I think there's one kind of remedy I would like to share as well is, you know,
Absolutely.
yeah, bless my sister, and she was she started kind of pushing our family into it, and I was very curious, and I was like, oh, bring it on. Yeah, absolutely on board for anything natural. So she introduced us to oregano oil, and oh my God,
Oh,
such
I
a
love
game
oregano
changer.
oil.
It's a game changer, right? And we use it all winter, every winter, and I have not taken antibiotics since then. Every time I have a flu, and I give myself rest, plenty of water, and I have oregano oil every day, and until the infection's gone. I've been off antibiotics unless it's really crazy, but the oil just does the trick all the time.
I grow oregano, and then I render it down into oil. So we do sell oregano oil
So,
here through LoudHouse Wellness, and it's so amazing. It's excellent for respiratory health, any kind of short-term illness, to help clear it up more quickly. It really is very powerful.
yeah, I love it. Oh my God, I love it. I have ordered like bottles of it. It's always in stock, and I recommend
Oh,
everyone.
nice.
Oh my God, I'm like, I recommend everyone.
Something so simple.
So simple, right? Yet so effective. Yeah. Oof, I think this is so good. I'm just getting, excited about it. So we can let's maybe get back into our questions and a few things that I would also love to explore and understand. So how do you bridge your surgical and nursing knowledge with your current work in energy medicine? So is there still space for both, or have you just decided to dedicate your time for practicing herbalism and past life regression?
I truly believe there's space for both. I still work very part-time in a hospital, and I work in an operating room. So about 20 years ago, the University of New York started doing a study on the benefits of Reiki
Mhm.
during surgery. There are several case studies out on it, and they found that when Reiki practitioners went into surgery with patients, they
Yeah.
had faster recovery times, lower post surgical site infection rates, and their recoveries were faster as well.
Hmm.
So there's been, I think I want to say there's 9 case studies on it, and then there's a few books on it as well.
Right.
But I definitely believe that it's a great way to bring calm to a sensitive situation. There's times where I will ask my patients who are very on edge. I'll explain, I'm a Reiki practitioner. Would you like me to do some Reiki or some breath work with you? And many times people say no, but
Yeah.
oftentimes people say yes too. So
Mm.
I feel like there's definitely space for both, especially in a hospital. We tend to be more about the modern medicine,
Yeah.
and we forget a lot of the traditional things or simple things that could calm us. We don't just need to give you Ativan to calm you down. We can do some breath work, and we can do a quick little meditation and a quick little body scan to let you release some of that tension.
Yeah.
So I definitely believe that they can coexist and they can work very well together.
Yeah, I think I have same kind of sentiment around it too. And we should practice a holistic approach. I don't say that we don't need either of it. We need both. And um,
Agreed.
yeah, and I think we should, I think hospitals and even practitioners should encourage a holistic approach towards the patient's health. And there are so many natural things, as you mentioned, can just do wonders than just getting them to pop pills and having to deal with those side effects as well. So I totally agree. And I also speak with experience, and which is a story for another day, but I agree with you. So I'm pretty sure, like, taking this approach, I'm pretty sure we do come across skeptics, especially those in medical field, because they go hardcore medical. They don't really have space um, to even think about the other approaches that they can possibly take. So, who might question the validity of energy healing or past life work. So how do you kind of, or what do you have to say for them?
There are definitely people who don't believe energy work is a real thing. I've had some coworkers in the past who call it witchcraft or goes, oh, she's doing her loony bin stuff again. So there's definitely people who don't believe in it, but energy is everywhere. Everything is energy. So did we learn nothing in high school science?
Yeah.
Energy is all around us. It's part of everything that we are, every tangible item, every plant. Um, a good example would be Wi-Fi.
Hmm.
I'm using Wi-Fi right now. You're using Wi-Fi. It's something we use every single day, and as a population, we've come to rely very heavily on it,
Yeah.
but we can't see it. It's
Mm.
a frequency. It's a frequency that we can't see, and it's energy that is being transmitted. So I feel like when I try to explain it like that, sometimes people be like, oh, okay, I kind of understand. And then, some people are just um, really set on their opinion,
Yeah.
and you won't change their mind, which is fine. That's okay too. But I mean, our bodies emit auras and biofield. Science is catching on. They don't call them auras in the science world; they call them a biofield. But I mean, they're even noticing that like the energy from our body that we're emitting
Yeah.
is felt. Or have you ever walked in a room and maybe something felt off? Maybe there was a situation that was uncomfortable, and you didn't know what was going on, but you walk and you're like, "Oh, this doesn't feel good." I
Yeah.
mean, that's the energy, right? It's just reading energy. So I feel like those are pretty pretty common things we all encounter.
Yeah, everyone's doing it. It's just that they're not aware of it.
Yeah, and I try not to push my perspective or opinion on people. If they if they want to have a conversation, I'm always open to it. But
Mm.
my argument is everything is energy.
Yeah, great. All right. Thank you for that. I thought we'll just try a take two with a game, and we'll do. So the game is called Plant, Potion, or Past Life. So how it works is I say a word or phrase, and you have to quickly guess whether it's a plant or a herb, healing potion, or remedy, or something that has come up in the past life session. Okay. So the first word I've got for you is lavender.
Plant.
And
There's a
why?
lot of
Yeah,
benefits.
it is. Oh, I think from my experience, lavender is such a beautiful, beautiful plant. And I have like, I was obsessed with lavender at one point. I would like rub it all over myself, especially to even treat mosquito bites and or not have mosquitoes linger around me. And it's just so calming as well when I have a headache. I just put like a few drops on my scalp and I just let it seep. And yeah, I'm not sure if you have like, of course, you will know more benefits of it, but I'd love for you to share.
Yeah, I absolutely love lavender. And I feel like the first thing people think of when they think of lavender is calming, relaxing, or sleep. So
Mm.
it's great for all of those things. But as you said, it has other uses as well. It can be a natural bug repellent. It can be used for burns to help with pain, skin conditions, people who are very prone to like psoriasis or eczema. If you use lavender oil with a carrier oil to dilute it a little bit, it can help heal the skin. It can also help with inflammation too, whether you can eat it, you can topically apply it, you can soak in a bath. There's just very many uses for it.
Oh, wow. Who knew? Thank you for sharing that. Okay. The next one I've got is moon water.
Moon water. So, hmm,
Plant potion
um,
or something.
I'm gonna say potion. I'm
Okay.
gonna say potion
Okay.
because um, you can set. a jar or, a closed container of water out under the full moon, and the moon cleanses and charges the water. And the
Mm.
water can be used to purify other things, whether it's your crystals or you want to use it for your tea. Um, it has healing properties, is what it's thought
Mm.
to transmit.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, so the final one I have is warrior on a horseback.
Warrior on horseback. I'm going to say past life regression.
Awesome. So I think, when I think about warrior on a horseback, I think about my mind kind of goes into like tarot cards. I'm not sure if this is something that you use as well, or how you would link up to this kind of phrase to past life. So what kind of popped up in your mind?
So I thought of people's experiences in their past life regressions, where I've had people say, like, oh, I was in armor and I was on a horse, or someone in armor on a horse approached me. So, I mean, yes, I can definitely see there are several tarot cards. You have the knight, you have the I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. There are several tarot cards that have the knight and the armor on them.
Right. Yeah. It's called a knight, I think. Hmm. Awesome. All right. So Kari, there's so much more I want to ask you, but I know we are coming to an end of the episode, and I am having so much fun right now, and it's very exciting to talk about, things that we both share a common interest, and it's something that I'm able to connect with you so much, and I hope that our listeners are able to too. So I think with that, I wanted to ask you is, what's one daily ritual or energetic hygiene practice you believe everyone should be doing, even if they're brand new to this world?
I highly encourage everyone to manifest their goals. So oftentimes when we have these deep desires, they just kind of live inside of us and we don't verbalize them.
Yeah.
But our words carry power. So speaking your goals or your intentions out loud helps you become more active with them.
Hmm.
What I like to do is every new moon, I take little paper note cards and I write my intentions on them, the things that I want to manifest for the month. And I tape them to my bathroom mirror so that every day when I'm getting ready, it's a visual reminder to me and I say them out loud.
Mm.
And I know, my husband walks in the bathroom. He's like, what is it this time on the mirror? Because they're taped all over. I have like 6 or 7 of them on there at a time. But I
Oh.
also encourage people to do breath work, whether it's just 3 deep breaths when you first wake up. Breath work really has a way of calming the nervous system, helping us ground ourselves, bringing center to chaos. Um, and it's something so simple that doesn't take a lot of time. I feel like a lot of people get caught up with, oh, well, that takes too much time. But I mean, all you have to do is breathe. So I highly encourage breath work.
Yeah, it's such a simple practice yet so powerful, and I'm kind of guilty as well. I always tell myself I need to do something, right? I need to like just breathe, and it's gonna take me like 5 minutes, but I never do it. And I guess a reminder for me too. So thank you for reminding and sharing that with all of us. Thank you so much, Kari. I think with that, we have come to an end of the episode. Kari, thank you so much again, reminding us that healing isn't just about the body, it's about the stories we carry, the energy we hold, and the connection we have to the natural world. So, for anyone listening who feels called to explore past life regression, herbal remedies, or energy medicine, Kari's work at LoudHouse Wellness offers a space to reconnect to your own innate power to heal. So, Kari, I'll link up your website and socials in the description below. So, anyone who's interested, curious to know or learn more about, so they can reach out to you. And also, I guess to the listeners, maybe today's conversation planted a seed or maybe it's stirred an ancient memory. So either way, trust your healing journey is unfolding exactly as it should. So until next time, keep sipping on stories that nourish your soul. Thank you again, Kari.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Love it. Awesome. You have a wonderful day. Keep cool.
Thank you. You keep warm.